This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Tom, I'm a little tired.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know why, because I haven't done anything in weeks.
Well, I've read a bunch of literature about this, Tim. Everybody's stressed all the time.
Yeah.
And look, hey, here's my advice to people out there. Because a lot of people, I've read a lot of things too, where people are saying like, look, some people are thriving right now, but they're the minority, and don't feel bad that it's hard to do anything. Like nobody's had to go through anything like this before. Even in the olden times when they had to go through this, they didn't know. They didn't know until they caught it and died that anything was going on.
Yeah. And they weren't like, oh, let me boot up a bunch of terrifying graphs and look at those for hours.
Tim, they couldn't boot up anything except maybe a donkey.
What does booting up a donkey entail?
You kick a donkey in the butt.
Oh, a donkey kick. Hey, Tom, I got news for you. A donkey's gonna kick you.
Depends on how long your legs are.
Get too close and run your mouth. That donkey's coming for you, my friend.
Yeah, that's true. Don't kick. Hey, look, if you're out there thinking about kicking a donkey, don't kick any animal.
No.
How about that? We draw the line there. Don't kick any animals.
Yeah, I have some advice to people who are stressed all the time.
Yeah.
Lighten up.
Yeah. Hey, here's some advice. Relax.
Hey, take a chill pill.
Take it easy, pal.
Come on, man. Lay back and just enjoy life, man.
Do you think in the history of humanity, anyone's ever told somebody else to relax and it's worked?
No. If anybody ever tells me to relax, my blood pressure raises by 50%.
Even if I'm in like a spa or something and somebody tells me to hey pal, relax. What the hell's that supposed to mean? Well, you got a problem, pal? But especially if
you call people pal a lot.
Not in real life. I don't. Well, I haven't seen anybody in real life in a long time now, but I think I remember in real life I didn't call people pal to their face. But maybe I'm going to start. Maybe that's post-quarantine Tom.
Yeah.
Call everybody pal. Hey, pal. You're
going to emerge from your cocoon, a beautiful pal saying butterfly.
Beautiful pal saying man. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're tired lately, Tim, but you know what? Other people have it worse, so maybe you shouldn't be complaining.
I think you're right. What do I have to complain about? Nothing. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Relax.
Yeah, Tim, fucking relax.
Please don't curse on my show.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to curse right in the beginning.
How you doing this week, Tom? Stressed, cursing?
Yeah, I am stressed. I guess I'm cursing. You know, when I'm stressed, I'm tired. I mean, I guess that's what you just said. But but that's how my stress manifests itself. For the most part, I did have a situation to be stressed about today, though.
Uh-oh.
Now, Tim,
here it comes.
I forget.
Hey, I don't want to get you going up on a rant here, but let's hear it.
I forget when it was, but somewhat recently you criticized the fact that I have matches in my bathroom.
Oh, yeah. I just think it's a dirtbaggy thing to do.
Well, look.
It's fine.
It works. It's the best way to cover up bad smells.
Okay.
Well, today I was in my bathroom and there were bad
stinking it up.
Yeah, literally, like I was ill to my stomach.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What did you eat?
Pizza.
Homemade?
No, DiGiorno.
Mm.
I thought it was delivery originally, but it wasn't. It was DiGiorno.
Well, who put it in the oven if you thought it was delivery, Tom?
The delivery man. I paid
Oh.
I paid somebody to come here and put it in the oven, and I thought technically that counted as delivery, but no, it was still just DiGiorno.
Mm.
Look, DiGiorno pizza's pretty good. Every time I eat them, I don't feel well.
Then how good could it really be, Tom?
Look, current Tom doesn't care about future Tom. That should be obvious by now. And that was the case today. I had leftovers from lunch, even though last night it made me not feel well. Leftovers.
You had leftover DiGiorno?
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty big pies.
I know, just leftover DiGiorno just seems so sad.
Look, I cooked it up in a pan
Ah,
to heat it back up. So it was good. Hey,
that's a very popular life hack.
Yeah, it works pretty well.
It's a pizza hack.
Yeah, when you're reheating day old pizza, put it in a pan, medium heat, put the lid on the pan. It kind of steams everything up. 6 minutes, you're good.
Yeah, straight from the Hackmeister General.
It took
Tom
more
Reynolds.
than 6 minutes because the DiGiorno pizzas are a little bit thick, or at least the one I got. It was the rising crust variety.
That's what they all are.
I think they all are now, but they didn't all used to be. Anyway, so
that's just they got yeast in them.
I guess maybe. I don't understand. I
don't understand.
Look, hopefully next week we'll be doing an episode about baking, Tim, because right now I'm trying to grow some yeast.
Are you making your own sourdough starter?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Nice. What day are you on?
Day 2.
Nice. All right. Well, you gotta. What is it, like 5-day process?
3 to 5 days is what I've read about how long.
It's really hot in your apartment. It's somewhere around like 90 to 95 degrees at
yeah,
all time, right?
I'm hoping that the
should be
ambient heat
conducive.
of my apartment kind of speeds up life, the process of life.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in your apartment. I've seen things growing.
Exactly. Things grow on their own all
yeah.
the time. They grow in yeast should be no problem. I could probably just go harvest yeast from somewhere else in my apartment if I really wanted. But anyway.
So you had eaten your leftover DiGiorno and then we're thinking up your bathroom.
I was thinking up my bathroom and I was like, and my girlfriend was over. So I was like, oh, this is bad.
That's the worst.
I'm not even done yet, but I need to literally clear the air. So I grabbed the matches. It was like, I don't know how explicit you want me to get here. Have you ever been pooping and then
too explicit?
You're like everything's normal, but then you like spread your legs a little bit and the smell comes out and you're like, oh, that's not normal.
No, that's never happened to me, Tom.
Well, that happened to me today. So I was like,
I hate this so much.
So I was like, all right, even though I'm not done, I got to light a match. So I reached behind me, I light a match, dropped the match in my pants.
This is what I said. I said it was a hazard to have the matches in your bathroom, and you're just, no, only an idiot would almost start a fire.
Well, you know what, Tim? Color me an idiot because I did start a small fire in my pants when I dropped the lit match. Yeah, I was liar pants on fire, but I wasn't lying. I guess maybe I was lying about the smell. I was trying to lie about the smell.
You were in the midst of a cover up.
Yeah,
and karma got you.
But it just fell like the right way where like I couldn't get it. I couldn't like find it quick enough, and it lit my pants on fire a little bit.
Wow.
It was It was terrifying. I was like, oh, this is going to be it. This is how it happens. Lighting my
died on the toilet. Burned to death on the toilet.
Did you hear Tom? Tom passed? Oh, no, I hadn't. Yeah. Died on the toilet. Well, I thought that would be the way it went. No, he burned to death. He accidentally lit himself on fire and just, went up like a human torch right on the toilet. The
firefighters could have saved him, but the smell was too much for them. They couldn't enter the room.
Ironically, if he had just lifted up the toilet seat and dropped into the toilet, he would have been alive today.
Mm. So you put it out.
Yeah.
You finished your business. Did
Mhm.
you Yelp at all? When you came out
Why
of the
would I leave a
bathroom?
review on Yelp about it, Tim? It's not even a business.
When you came out of the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
did your girlfriend know that something had happened in the bathroom? that there was something that there was an incident beyond just
You know what?
DiGiorno induced smells.
No, potentially she did, but I think even if she did, it was the kind of situation of like, don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. It'd be opening up a whole Pandora's box as to what was going on in there. And, she's not interested in that. Obviously, nobody is.
Yeah, I mean, you just told a lot of people about it.
It's how you lead a show. Sure, it's how you entertain people, but you know what? The people that care about me, they don't want to hear that I was in mortal danger.
No, I guess I don't know if I would if that would constitute mortal danger.
I thought you were going to say, I don't know if I care about you. I was hoping you would finally admit it right here on tape.
Well, I don't want to hear about that, so maybe that does prove that I do care about you, Tom. Hey, happy birthday, buddy.
It's not my birthday yet.
Hey, Tom, we're not here to talk about your gross bodily functions.
Well, unless you consider our topic to be one of them.
Our topic today is sleeping.
Yeah.
Something that...
a fairly neutral bodily function.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's a function. It's just a state of being, right?
No, it's a function of your body. It's also a state of being, but it's your body has to sleep. That's how it functions.
You can survive longer without food than you can without sleep.
Yeah. Checks out.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of sleeping. Where do you come? Scale of 1 to 10, rate sleeping.
11. Sleeping's great.
No, not your sleep number, Tom.
What is it? Serta sleep number? Is that what?
No, it's sleep number's its own brand.
What? Oh, I
Yeah.
see. My dog has a Serta mattress.
Really?
Yeah, can you
What a
believe
fancy
that?
dog. Does she shop at friggin', I don't know, Sleepy's? Where do they sell Serta?
I don't know. She
Where
doesn't.
does your dog shop?
She doesn't shop at all. I buy almost everything for her.
I thought you were gonna say she doesn't let me go shopping with her. She's just like, give me the checkbook.
Oh God!
I'm going to Penny's.
Yeah.
Comes back,
and she hasn't even balanced the checkbook when she's done.
Oh,
That's
God.
not a thing anymore, is it? Balancing checkbooks, huh?
No, because you just you
it's
look it up online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
look
had
at
to
us.
do a thing.
They say society hasn't accomplished anything. We got rid of balancing the checkbook.
Who said society doesn't accomplish anything?
A lot of people out there. Anarchist.
Yeah, no, I think society, I mean, it's not all good, but I think abolishing the checkbook is fine.
Well, look, the checkbook still exists, but those little tabs where you had to write what the check was for.
Aside from paying rent, when was the last check that you've written?
I have no idea. Only rent is what I write a check for.
Yeah. I write a check. The last time I wrote a check is when I owed my dad money. And
it bounced.
Even though it didn't bounce, but I was just like, we both have Chase accounts. I'll just quick pay you. And he's like, I don't know what that is. I was like, you don't have to do anything. It'll just money will appear in your account.
I don't know what that is. I don't trust it. Are you trying to hack me, son?
That's a service that is run by the bank that we both have accounts at. It's going to
Yeah,
move some money
right.
from my account to yours.
How does
He's
he
just
know
like,
you didn't register the domain name chase.com 30 years ago and you've been holding on to it just for this?
how, in terms of, all right, let's say you had to go back in time
Uh-huh.
and you're not, you and you only have like, I don't know, $1,000.
Okay.
How are you going to spend that $1,000 in 1994?
Am I going to immediately come right back, or am I going to be forced to live in 1994 up until present? Am I just
First of
back
all,
there?
forced is a dirty word there. I would love to relive the 90s.
As an
I
adult?
freaking
Yeah, it'd
I'd
probably
love
be
to
so
live the
much
90s.
better.
Yeah, exactly. I'd probably be like, "Ugh, Clinton." But Slick Willie does it again. That's what I'd say every day when reading the newspaper. Because you'd still have to read the
Well,
newspaper to
yeah,
get
and you'd say, well, wait till you see what this guy does. Wait till you see what he pulls off.
yeah, and then somebody will be playing Nirvana next door, and I'll be banging on the wall, going, "Turn that noise down."
Yeah.
The man is sick. He's sick in the head.
Bill Clinton?
No, Kurt
You.
Cobain.
Oh, Cobain. Okay.
That's what I would yell about people playing like,
Yeah, but maybe
what are
they'd be
the...
like, whoa, that old guy knows a lot about Nirvana. Cool.
I can't even understand what the lyrics to this song. What is he even saying? That's
And
what I would say.
let's go hang out with him. Let's go
Um,
over there with our 90s drugs and hang out with him.
because like people are always like, if I went back in time, I'd buy so much Google stock. It's
Yeah.
like you didn't have any money to buy stock with.
But even if you had a
Not
little,
enough to make a difference.
yeah, you could, you know what? Like here's what I'd be willing to do, Tim. If I got sent back in time, I would take up a second job just to buy Google stock and Apple and Amazon and, all the big companies.
Yeah, but if you had $1,000,
Mhm.
and you bought $1,000 of Google at their IPO,
Yeah.
like you wouldn't be like a millionaire now.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn it! I knew when they went public. I should have told somebody. I should have told a grown up.
Hey, buy this.
Buy this for me.
Yeah.
I need $1,000. When did they go public? Like 2005?
Ooh. No, I think it was earlier than that. Look, who the hell cares, Tim? We're talking about sleep, the most interesting subject.
Humans spend a third of their life sleeping, which makes sense if you're getting the proper amount of sleep, Tom. Do you get 8 hours of sleep a night?
No, I'm one of those bad people that like always gets like 6 or 9 to 10. Like it's just,
How it evens out.
yeah, it evens out. I bet on average I get 8 hours, but like, yeah, it's always, it's a bad, well, you know what? I used to be pretty good at sleep until we weren't allowed to leave. And now that we're not allowed to leave and I don't have like, responsibilities where like I have to be on a meeting at such and such time, I've gotten way worse as far as like going to bed late and still getting up at normal time. And then that whole day being exhausted. And then the next night sleeping late into the morning.
Tom, I've said this a lot to you. You need some structure in your life.
I do, Tim,
Worried about
and Jesus, now there's less structure than ever. Part of my structure was leaving the house.
I mean, you have a dog, right?
Yeah.
That's helpful in making sure that you're out of bed at some point in the morning, right?
Oh yeah, but even like
he does a proof of life check on you.
Yeah. But even
He's
like
worried.
I used to have to move my car a few times a week. And now you don't have to do that because thankfully, I mean, it's great that they lifted. It's such a freedom that I don't have to move my car for street sweepers. And now we're seeing that do we even really need these street sweepers?
That's what I said, and you were just like, "Of course you do. Things would get dirty."
Well, you know
Nah.
what, Tim? I admit I was wrong because uh
Also, nobody's outside doing anything,
that's
throwing trash on the
that's
ground.
true too. Yeah, there's less garbage being made. It's not just garbage though. Apparently like they sweep the streets so like nature doesn't take over.
Hmm. Well, maybe when we go back out there, it'll be like walking through the Amazon rainforest
No, I mean I go
rather than Jeff
outside.
Bezos's Amazon nightmare dystopian society that he wants to build. That bald freak.
No, I still go outside and I can see that it's not like that.
Yeah, but one day it's happening so gradually that you're not gonna notice it.
No, if it happens gradually,
you
I
looked
will
at
notice it. If one day plants just crop up in the street, then I'll notice it.
No, yeah, it happens gradually, not just one day. Plants cropping up.
No, then one day
There-
I'll see like a little sapling. I'll be like, oh,
yeah,
look
but
at
you're
that.
not
It's
noticing
starting.
it. You're not registering it because you're just seeing
Tim,
that little
I'm looking
sapling.
out for these things left and right so I can call 311 in case and say, you guys got to start sending the street sweeper around again.
Yeah, you gotta spray some poison on this.
Yeah,
on
nature's
this.
taking the street sweepers don't spread poison, they just sweep.
Yeah, that's what you and the rest of the sheep think.
Well, every once in a while, like an old lady walking her dog's not paying attention, and the dogs get sucked up in the street sweepers.
You hate to see it.
It's not once in a while. I think it happened once.
A dog got sucked up in a street sweeper?
Yeah. It's horrible.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Do you remember
Yeah, because
when the boogeyman would come around in the suburbs
what?
when we were kids?
Oh no, Tim. What are you talking about?
Did you not call it the boogeyman, where the fog truck would come and spray
like the mosquitoes?
for-
No, I didn't
Yeah.
call it the fucking boogeyman. It was a gas truck, like the farting truck. Maybe is what I would call it.
Yeah, and you were supposed to go inside because they're spraying poison to kill the mosquitoes.
Right.
But we would hide in the bushes, and then when it went by, we'd run around and play in the fog. We'd be like, "Ooh, it's fog."
It makes a lot of sense now. A lot of things are coming together now that I understand.
What?
That.
What makes sense?
Your mental deficits.
At least I'm not reheating DiGiorno pizza.
I bet you
Lighting the
wish.
goddamn pants on fire.
Yeah, you're probably reheating Elios pizza.
Oh man, I love Elios pizza. I got a box of Elios pizza in the freezer right now that I've been saving since the beginning of the lockdown. And every day, I just want to break into that Elios box. And,
you know,
and eat that
Elios
pizza.
isn't like one of the things that there's been a rush on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was at the supermarket yesterday and they had plenty of Elios. I actually didn't grab more because I was like, they got plenty. I can get it another time.
Yeah. So sleeping. So you're not good at sleeping 8 hours a day. Sleeping 8 hours a night.
Yeah, I'm not good at the consistency. Are you?
I've been paradoxically, I've always been very good at sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of this year, I think I had some weird stress about certain things.
Maybe a premonition.
Yeah, and I was waking up, pretty much every night, a couple times every night. I had trouble getting to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as this whole thing started, like 11 o'clock, I'm pretty much done. I could fall asleep in a second and wake up, and I sleep the night through till like 7 or 8 in the morning. It's great. So I'm getting the best sleep of my life, Tom.
Oh, well, then
fabulous.
Then we've switched roles because before all this, I was 100% able to be like, well, it's bedtime. I'm not tired, but I'll go to bed. And within 5 minutes, I was asleep and would not wake up until the morning. During this, like I'm up late at night because I can't sleep. And then I go into bed and I can't fall asleep. And then I wake up. Horrible sleep nowadays.
Are you like, I'm not super tired. Let me just pull out my phone and look at some graphs that will terrify me. I'm looking at so many graphs all the time.
Stop looking at graphs.
Oh God, it's all I can do.
Um, do you use sleeping aids ever?
Um, well, no, I not generally. I mean, earlier this year, I was taking CBD oil, which was what's helping me
Like
get to sleep.
a true reefer addict.
Yeah, I'm a real drugs boy.
CBD is great for sleeping.
Yeah, it
They should
really is,
call
and
it
I don't know.
sleep BD. For me,
That's what the C stands for, sleep.
it doesn't necessarily put me to sleep. It doesn't necessarily make me tired. Sometimes it does, but more often than not, it's just like, I want to go to bed and now I can.
Hey, what a great deal.
But it's just not that I'm like falling asleep, after I take some CBD. It's just like, you know what? I should go to bed. It's late. And the CBD allows me to.
Yeah,
All
yeah. No, and go ahead.
The only other thing, the only other things I've ever taken for sleeping have been melatonin, which is like similar, I think, as far as like, isn't going to necessarily knock you out, but it's going to help you sleep.
Right. It's not dangerous, addictive drugs.
Right. And like a Tylenol PM.
That's addictive, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know if it's addictive, but
I just like the taste of it.
it's harsher, I would say, or like less of a clean way to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, actually, I forgot, like along those lines, like a NyQuil, something like that.
You ever try the Z-Quil? It's the NyQuil without the medicine in it.
I have, and you know what? Anything, or Benadryl too. Benadryl will put me to sleep. The problem I have,
Benadryl scares me. I don't like the color.
pink, because it's for girls.
Yeah.
Pink
I'm
and
afraid it's gonna
white.
turn
Do you
me-
think it looks like a sick Mike and Ike? A truly twisted version of Mike and Ike's?
Yeah, that's exactly what a weird thing that you.
Well, they're shaped like Mike and Ike's. They're smaller and they're mixed colors. Mike and Ike's aren't mixed colors, but they have those colors, I believe.
Yeah. One time, yeah.
Go ahead.
It's like a good and plenty.
Yeah,
Yeah. Not a Mike and Ike.
that's what I meant. Good and plenty.
Yeah. Okay.
Anytime,
I was confused for a second.
anytime I take something like a Tylenol PM, NyQuil, Z-Quil, or I guess those were, or Benadryl, I sleep, but I wake up feeling like absolute garbage. Like I wake up tired. I wake up like in a fog.
Did you try sleeping more?
Usually it's a case where I've already slept pretty late and now still want to sleep more, but I'm like, no, I have to get up. The whole reason I took this in the first place was because I couldn't fall asleep. And that was important because I had to fall asleep so I could be up by a certain time. So I don't recommend any of those. They've maybe on measure they've helped because like at least I did fall asleep. But I've never been happy with how I feel the next day from those. And I've never taken anything like an Ambien or anything stronger.
I never
anything
have
prescription.
either. I don't know. I mean, I know why, but I'm always afraid that if I take a prescription pill, I will be allergic to it, and I just didn't know it, and it'll kill me.
And you're not really? Are you allergic to anything?
Not that I'm aware of, no. But that's what scares me the most, because it's like, well, I'm probably allergic to something, but I just haven't found out what it is yet.
Sooner or later, it has to be something, and it's probably going to be a sleep medication, and you're going to fall asleep while the allergic reaction's happening, and you're going to be in your dreams going, "Oh no,
oh no!" I just feel like when I perish, Tom, it's probably going to be me thinking everything's fine. Like, this is great. Which is, as long as it doesn't happen, tragically early.
Right.
What a wonderful way to die, right?
Why do you assume
Like,
that's the way you're going to die?
because I'm I often miss the point of things.
So you assume somebody's like, well, Tim's the next hostage. We're going to slit his throat. And you're like, oh, that other Tim. I guess
Exactly.
I'm safe.
I'm home free. And then I don't even realize as they
As the razor
slide that blade
goes
across
up.
my jugular. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you subscribe to the idea that you shouldn't be doing other things in your bed because then that makes falling asleep harder, except for doing the horizontal mambo?
What is that?
You know, the forbidden dance, the old in and out, the old squeaky wheel, the old how's your father, the old how's your mother, the old put it in the hole. Sex.
What are we talking about?
Sexual intercourse. There's a lot of people that say your bed should not be used for anything other than sex. If you don't have something like a sex swing or other furniture to have sex on, or
for those poor weirdos who don't have the apparatus, the proper apparatus.
I saw a thing the other day online where it was like a video of the kids are trying to make their own fun, and it was these kids swinging on a sex swing.
Was it from the movie Good Boys?
Oh, maybe. Maybe it was just made to look like it was real.
Are we gonna start recapping memes on this show? Hey, my aunt shared something very interesting on Facebook the other day.
I mean, Tim, do you know about
the last president wasn't born in America, but somehow they still let him be president?
Yeah, and guess what? He's invented 5G.
Stop there. All right, want to just keep it rolling?
Yeah. Action.
All right, so yeah, Tom, I do subscribe to the theory that so much so much around sleep, especially in modern times, because we're all so soft and coddled, is mental, right? Where you're like,
is crazy. It's mental. Is it proper mental?
Absolutely mental. No, it's the cavemen who I revere and aspire to be like.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't like, no, I need to have the right conditions. They were just like, I must sleep now, so I'm gonna sleep, right? Because they're cool.
Otherwise, they wouldn't live to see 30.
Exactly. So so I do subscribe to these like, if you're having trouble because we're all a bunch of little babies, bunch of snowflakes, stay out of bed unless you're sleeping or doing the horizontal mambo.
Yeah, I'm always surprised at how many people I hear about that work from bed, like especially right
that's
now.
Insane to me.
Like, oh yeah, I take out my laptop. Yeah, I take out my laptop and start working. I'm like, and don't you think like, it'd be better than this, closing my eyes?
I think people other than us have more self-control. I think
maybe. But maybe
you and I have very little willpower. I think we have that in common.
Yes.
And that like we're like, well, we're in bed. I'm in bed. I'm kind of tired, but I really like to sleep. I don't like doing work.
You know how many times I convince myself, well, if I'm tired, if I feel like I could fall asleep, that must be I need sleep. That must be why I feel this way.
Do you know how long it takes the average person, healthy, healthy medically, but also healthy sleep habits to fall asleep?
No. Can I take a guess?
Yeah, no, that's what I was prompting you to do. Guess. I didn't want you to say no, and then I'll just tell you.
10 minutes.
7 minutes.
That's even less than I said.
I know. Price is Right rules. You are toast, my friend. You went over. If it takes you less than 5 minutes to fall asleep, you're probably sleep deprived. So if you are like, I could fall asleep right now, and you fall asleep within 5 minutes, yeah, you actually did need to sleep, Tom.
But that's the case even like during the day when it's just like maybe I'm just bored.
I mean, from what I think this came from, like, there are like lots of scientific organizations that study sleep, and I guess that makes sense.
Well, there's
There's still shit they don't know about sleep. Like, why do we sleep?
Yeah, and
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, they don't really know ultimately. They're, the best guess they have as to why we sleep is two things. It's like, well, we need to rest. And the other is that like dreams are kind of the way we like process the day and figure out like what needs to go into long-term storage, what can be thrown out, what do we have to like figure out, what emotions we have to process. That's like as close. But as far as like why we physically need to, like why if you're kept from sleeping for a few days it will kill you, they really don't know.
Hmm.
And I'm speaking as one of the foremost scientists looking into this right now. But there are people, like I know people that have gone and done sleep studies where they watch you sleep to see
I've wanted to do that.
What you're doing wrong. You've wanted to do that. You just said you're good at sleeping.
I know.
Oh, you just want to show off?
Well,
you want to be a control case for them? Compare everybody against me. Watch this, and you just fall.
No, I'm nowhere near that cocky, Tom. I just want to look. I want to improve. If I could be doing this better, like I'm already good at something, I should lean into this. Like I've been trying to play piano lately, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I suck at the piano,
right?
And it's hard, to learn. I'm already good at sleeping. Maybe I can get great at sleeping. Maybe I can become one day the best at sleeping.
That's not the way these places look at it. Take it from me, somebody that's gone to have like an eye exam done, as somebody that doesn't wear glasses.
Yeah, I've had an eye exam done.
Yeah, but I don't wear glasses. And I'm thinking I go in for an eye exam and they're going to be like, oh, wow, look at this guy.
Okay, now we're going to tell you how to zoom in.
Right. Tell me how to get better.
So well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, give me all the tricks. What can I do? How can I scan environments quicker? But they don't. They're just kind of like, why'd you come here for an eye exam? And then even when I'm like, well, they say you should get one every so many years, they're like, all right, but you don't wear glasses. I'm like, but maybe I need glasses and I don't know. You Poindexter, you four-eyed idiot. And then they're, sir, you're going to have to leave.
Yeah, you shouldn't call somebody a four-eyed idiot at the eye doctor. I am stuck in a Kafka-esque freaking bureaucratic loop right now. My license expires on my birthday, which is a mere 5 weeks from now, less.
It's not like my birthday, which is just passed by the time this episode's up.
Right. Yeah.
In case you forgot to give me something.
Everybody email Tom. Tom, do you want to give out your email address?
Tom@tomreynolds.com. That's not on Venmo though, so don't Venmo. You can Venmo that. I'll sign up for an account. Don't Venmo me.
Don't give Tom any money, especially if you're a Patreon supporter.
You don't know what he's going to spend it on. He's going to spend it all on candy.
But I have to renew my license, and I made an appointment at the DMV. Number one, I want to get one of these new enhanced license, but number two, I want to update my photo, which I actually took my last license photo as a bit when I had only gotten an hour of sleep the night before, and I looked like shit. I was like, "Yeah, retake my photo," because I was going to the DMV anyway.
That's the
But like
thing.
now,
Like
I look serious shit.
I've taken like funny ID photos because I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like I don't have to give my license to a cop very often. It's fine. It's funny bit. And then I forget like, oh, I have to give my license when I go into half the bars I go into, even though I'm obviously old enough. And then somebody who's looking at my ID as like a charade because they just have to. They know, and they're like, "Oh, I have to look at this old shithead's ID just to, do the whole theater here." Oh, and look, he's got a funny picture. Great.
Yeah. And also, if you ever want to get into any office building in New York City, if you're doing any business there, you
Right.
have to stop at the desk and they like scan your ID and like use that picture and put it on a pass that you have to carry around the building. Yeah.
For the
So
longest time,
anyway,
I still had my ID picture from when I was 16 and had a bowl cut. And I thought that was
I remember
funny.
that. But you look it's like, oh, this is your son's ID.
Yeah.
You're doing the opposite fake ID
Yeah,
trick.
even for 16, I looked like especially young in this photo.
Which is weird because you had a goatee in high school. But
And I haven't had a bowl cut in at least 6 months now.
I'm about to have a bowl cut. I'm running out of options.
Are you going to cut your hair soon? I'm thinking about cutting mine. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, and my wife is so against it. But I'm just like, I'm going to give myself a buzz cut. Who cares? I'm going to look like a real weirdo. But like by the time like my hair grows fast.
Yeah.
Like it's only been, 6 weeks. Like I got my haircut not long before the quarantine, and it is too goddamn long now. It's like, yeah, in 3 weeks it'll look fine. Let me have my fun. Let me buzz my hair. Let me pretend I'm joining the army.
Right. Maybe.
So anyway, I'm stuck in.
Maybe even turn it into some fun. Have your wife buzz your hair, and she can yell at you like she's the drill officer, the drill instructor,
maggot.
Yeah. Hey, you maggot! I'm gonna shave off all your hair, maggot. You're dirt. Yeah. You're lower than dirt.
No, that would hurt my feelings. Just my wife. She took a vow never to call me a maggot and tell me I'm.
You know what? I do remember
dirt.
that from your wedding. You had that very specific clause in there, and I wondered why. And now I get it.
Well, now look who's benefiting.
I promise to hold and keep in sickness and health, never to call a maggot.
Yep. But so I made an appointment at the DMV.
Yeah.
The DMV closed down.
Right.
So they canceled my appointment. And
yeah. Did you know everything closed?
What?
Yeah.
Why? Anyway, so they canceled the appointment, and they were like, "But lucky for you, you can just renew your license online."
Oh, but you want a new photo.
But they're like, you can't get the enhanced license that like you'll need next year to get. But like, I have a passport, that's fine, whatever. But I go online to renew it, and they're like, "Oh, you wear glasses. You just need to submit an eye test that was taken within the last 3 weeks."
Oh.
This is like. Well, if I can't go to the fucking DMV, how am I going to get a goddamn vision test? So I'm out of luck.
I would think they would be like, all right, if your vision's like above this degree, we're going to assume your vision hasn't deteriorated in the last 5 years to the point where you can't drive.
Exactly. And it's like, you told us you had glasses. You probably still have glasses. It's fine. What are you gonna?
Yeah. Hey, you can like they haven't gotten way worse, right? Check this box to say that.
Yeah.
But I guess everybody would just.
Is there any kind of shady online eye test I can take?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Just search Google for shady online eye test.
Yeah. Tom, let's talk about sleep disorders. Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Yeah, when the fucking aliens come to do their experiments.
It's when you're either waking up. I've had it a number of times waking up. I have it maybe 4 to 7 times a year, I'd say.
Yeah, that's about
Um,
all joking aside, that's about the number I have it.
and you're aware, you're awake,
Right.
but you can't move your body, you can't speak, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And it used to really freak me out. Now I know what it is, and since I'm aware, I'm like, okay. And they still, again, they don't fucking know why it happens, but they think it's because it's like overlapping the different phases of sleep. So like your body is waking up, but your brain is still kind of in the REM sleep.
Right. And your
So,
body basically locks you down. So when you have a dream about running a marathon, you don't just start running in place.
yeah. Or when you have a dream about stabbing your old boss to death,
Right.
right? Like you don't stab your partner to death.
Right. And your body. So basically, it's your body has instituted that lock, but then the part of your body that's supposed to unlock that is asleep at the wheel, and your brain's
Yeah,
woken
literally.
up. Your brain's woken up, but your body's still on lockdown.
Yeah. This would also often happen to me back in my late teens, early 20s when I was at the peak of my piece of shittedness.
Yeah, I feel like it happens more when you like drink a lot and stuff.
Yeah. And it would also like, you ever wake up at a reasonable time, you've had enough sleep, and you're like, but I have nothing to do today. And like, you just keep sleeping and waking up and sleeping and waking up until it's 2 p.m. And you're just like, all right, now I should really wake up.
And then you can't move.
Yeah. And it's like,
your body's confused.
There. And that's also when you can that's when lucid dreaming is possible, right? When
it's easiest.
Yeah, when you're kind of fucking with the relationship between your brain and your body when it comes to sleep.
Yeah, your consciousness and your unconsciousness.
Right. So when you're lucid dreaming, you fall asleep and you're in a dream, but like your brain is like, oh wait, this is a dream. This rules. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And for me, it's always just flying.
For me, it's always not being 100% sure I'm having a lucid dream and being too scared to like do anything like jump out a window.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you ever try to do something less? Like, you don't have to jump out a window.
I do. I'll try and do something.
I take off like Superman from the ground.
I can't do that. I'll try to do things less.
It's a dream. Lighten up, asshole. Just do whatever you want.
I'll try and do things less serious, and usually that still doesn't convince me that it's not a dream. I have a lot of dreams lately too, and there's a big thing in dreams, like clocks and like electronics don't work. I guess because dreams were invented before all that stuff, so they didn't think about it.
Dreams were invented before me, but I'm in dreams. I'm in a lot of people's dreams, Tom.
Right.
A lot of people, I get a lot of invitations to get out of their dreams and into their car.
Yeah, I always have problems with like my phone in dreams, or like an elevator or an ATM, like things like that. Tim, do you know about the method the Marines use to fall asleep within 2 minutes?
Yeah. They have their drill sergeant yell at them.
No, that's not how they. It's not that far off. So I'm going to give you the steps. There are 4 steps. The
U.S. Marines.
Yeah, the first step, because obvious, the Marines, it's like, hey, look, you might have like a short window to sleep. You can't be tossing and turning. It's like, hey, you can sleep for a little bit. I got watch. Go the fuck to sleep so you can get sleep. First step, relax the muscles in your face, including tongue, jaw, and the muscles around the eyes.
Wait, you relax them?
Yeah.
I'm doing it now. I'm
Normally,
gonna
I
see if I fall
clench
asleep.
them during sleep. Step 2, drop your shoulders as far down as they'll go, followed by your upper and lower arm, one side at a time.
Oh, this is that old technique. Okay.
Step 3, breathe out, relaxing your chest, followed by your arms, starting from the thighs and working down. Step 4, you should then spend 10 seconds trying to clear your mind before thinking about one of the 3 following images. Now, the first 2 are good. The third one I don't think would work. The first one is you're lying in a canoe on a calm lake with nothing but a clear blue sky above you. That sounds relaxing as hell.
Yeah, but I'd be afraid that the canoe would turn over and I'd drown.
It's a shallow lake. Number 2, you're lying in a black velvet hammock in a pitch black room.
Black velvet. That's cool. The Marines
Right?
know what they're doing. Yeah. Black velvet. I don't actually know that song.
But then number 3 is just you say, don't think, don't think, don't think to yourself over and over for about 10 seconds.
It's a mantra. It's mantra meditation.
But if I'm thinking, don't think, I'm going to go, I'll do you one better. I'm going to think. I mean, I guess anything, like a mantra that's taking your attention is going to be better.
Yeah, but if it explicitly says don't think, yeah. I think that last one's a red herring to throw off the commies.
Right,
like,
so they don't adopt
the
same methods. But yeah, I think that's still a method that takes practice, but they claim that 96% of people it works for 96% of people after 6 weeks of practice.
Yeah. I mean, any kind of guided meditation that I've ever had taken part in.
Yeah, it takes practice.
It takes practice, and it also follows that of like focus on certain parts of your body and relax them, and then move on to the next part of your body and relax that. And that really works in kind of relaxing you rather than just somebody being like, hey, relax, lighten up. It was just a joke.
Having a Marine yelling in your face, relax, relax, relax.
Yeah. It's nice that the Marines are encouraging their boys to relax.
Well, they're also encouraging the enemy to relax and fall asleep. It makes their job easier.
Tom, do you snore?
I don't think I snore normally. I do occasionally, but not normally. You snore like a fucking freight train.
Yeah. How do you know that?
Because I used to live with you and I've shared enough hotel rooms with you doing this over the years that I know you snore like a maniac.
Oh, doing this podcast. I thought you were going to say doing this and then you were going to do an impression of me snoring. I was bracing myself for a hurtful impression of me sleeping. Thank you for not doing that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And honestly, you knew me at a point in my life where most of the time we were drunk.
Yeah.
So when I was going to sleep, I was drunk. I found that and my wife can attest to this. When I'm not drunk, which is most of the time, I don't snore.
That makes sense because every time I've heard you snoring, not every time, but for the most part, it's been because you've fallen asleep somewhere where you're not intending to sleep the night.
Exactly.
That because you're drunk.
Yeah. And when we've done shows for this and we've been in hotel rooms, the amount that we used to drink when we did shows.
Unbelievable.
Had to get the courage up. Yeah, it's disgusting. You ever use Breathe Right nasal strips? Probably no need for you. You don't snore.
No, but like when those first hit the market, I did because it was like, oh, let's check this out. The football players wear them.
The football players wear them like on the field?
Yeah, just to help them breathe better.
Yeah, because all they are, it's basically just a spring-loaded bandage
Yeah,
that
just pulling your
opens
nose
up
open
your
more.
nostrils open. Yeah.
We should all
That's
be
cool.
wearing them all the time. Fix God's accident. That's their slogan.
I get this
Fixing
Instagram.
God's mistake. Your nostrils should be bigger.
I get this Instagram ad all the time about stopping snoring. It's a thing that you attach to yourself. It's a little device, and it basically posits,
what is it? A wife?
What?
This thing that helps you stop snoring? It's you attach it to yourself. Get it?
Yeah, shut up. It posits that when you sleep when you turn to your back, that's when you're snoring.
Okay.
So it knows when you're on your back, and when you're on your back, it like buzzes or gives you a little bit of a shock, so you turn over. But I couldn't find what it was. I know I clicked on it at some point, and so I was looking for it on Instagram, and I tried talking about it alone in a room because to test that theory that that Instagram is listening to you and Facebook is listening to you, and that doesn't work. But did you know that you can find out all the ads that you've clicked on Instagram?
I didn't know that.
In the settings, ad activity, and it will show you the recently clicked story ads and any ad that you've
clicked on.
That you've clicked on with this Back to the Future watch, Tom.
How is that? How is that Back to the Future? Can you send me that?
It's so shitty. I was thinking of, because we were recording this before your birthday. I was like, yeah, this isn't that expensive. I'll send it to Tom. I'll buy it for Tom for his birthday. And it sucks. It has nothing to do with Back to the Future. They're just like, it's still.
How could it not, Tim? They're using the official logo there.
Like the DeLorean. And I think they actually licensed Back to the Future, but like the watch has nothing to do with it. Anyway, I think maybe on our Patreon this week we'll go on and and talk about and go through the ads that we clicked on.
Yeah, well,
on Books the Podcast,
and we'll be able to skip a few maybe.
All right.
I made the mistake of complaining to my girlfriend. I'm like, you ever go to Instagram and like you hit the search button, it's all just like girls in bikinis.
But Tom, it's that like, for me too, but I've never clicked on a bikini picture in my life.
Yeah, you have.
Not on Instagram.
Right. But they know. They tell Instagram.
Yeah, they know.
Are we wrapping up? Was that the signal you were giving me?
I mean, we're wrapping up.
I have something to talk about after the plugs.
All right. So everybody stay tuned after the plugs.
If you like the show, check out tcgt.com for more. If you want to follow us, facebook.com/complete guide. Follow me on and follow us on Twitter at complete guide. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Reynolds.
Follow me at your pal Tim.
Anytime I try and make it shorter, I just fuck everything up.
I just thought you were drunk.
That too. Check out our Discord. It's Complete Guide. That's where you can find it. I'm gonna pop in there this week. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I pop in frequently. I don't know what to do. Do we have to do more structured things around the Discord?
Look, man.
Like, should we be like, hey, we're gonna discuss things at 8 p.m. on Tuesday?
Maybe
we're gonna discuss politics.
Hey, go on our Discord and tell us what you want us to do on the Discord. How about that?
Yeah, put it in the general channel. A lot of people are talking about like food that they're eating.
Yeah. No, it's a nice community. People were posting dog pictures the other day.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like it.
Let's all get to know each other. But like, you won't know us that well.
If you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/complete guide, where you can get our secondary podcast, Books the Podcast. This week we are starting a new series around the world in 80 days. I'm reading it. I'm telling Tim about it. And then Tim's going to watch the presumably fantastic movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan. And
a host of others.
It's like a
That
mad,
movie's a
mad,
regular
mad,
rat
mad
race.
world. Both had the same reference. Tim, have you ever done, this is what I promised earlier to continue the conversation. You ever do any kind of sleep tracking?
Yes.
Okay.
Informally with an app on my phone that would tell me
Oh, like
when I was in deep sleep, how good my sleep was. I really enjoyed it. And it was in the context of waking me up. It was one of those apps that were like,
oh, we'll wake you up when you're not in deep sleep.
Yeah, like you set a range when you want to wake up and when you're at your most susceptible to waking up, and then you'll wake up less tired.
Yeah, because that happens to me all the time. Like I'll wake up 20 minutes before my alarm, fully awake, but I'll be like, 20 more minutes. Joke's on you, sleep. I'm going to get more. And then after 20 minutes, the alarm goes off.
You're effed. You're totally
and I'm
effed.
like, oh no, I was in deep sleep. I've been using one, I think it's just called Sleepwatch, with my old Apple Watch. I put that on at night with like all the screen and notifications turned off.
So you can charge your regular watch,
my daily one. But this tracks like your movement, but then also tracks your heart rate. So it can see like using a bunch of signals when you're asleep. I do that. I have no idea what to do with the information it gives me. The only time I use that information is like when I'm tired and I want to take a nap. I'll look at that and be like, oh yeah, well, look at this. I deserve it. But otherwise, I don't really look at. My second question was, do you have any sleep precautions you take to make sure you're not murdered or attacked in your sleep?
No, but I often think I need to. Like
what kinds of things?
Well, I want to buy a baseball bat to keep next to my bed.
Okay. I can talk off the show. I can talk to you about something you should buy.
Okay. Okay, let's end the show because I want to hear about this.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.